Have you ever wondered what secrets lie beyond the barbed wire and desert sands of Nevada? Imagine a place so secret that for decades, the government denied it even existed. A place whispered about in movies, books, and late-night conversations. A place where history meets mystery, where unsolved events, strange disappearances, and hidden knowledge all collide. That place is Area 51. And tonight, we will walk through the shadows of America's most forbidden ground. Our story begins not with aliens, but with war. In the 1950s, as the Cold War deepened, America desperately needed a remote location to test new aircraft that could spy on the Soviet Union. In 1955, a dry lake bed called Groom Lake was chosen. On maps, it was just another piece of desert. But to those who worked there, it became something much larger. A world sealed away from the public, where secrets could be built, flown, and hidden forever. The first projects tested at Area 51 were extraordinary for their time. The U-2 spy plane, designed to fly higher than any jet before it took to the skies here. Later, the sleek SR-71 Blackbird, the fastest plane ever built, emerged from these runways. On the surface, it was a military triumph, but in the shadows, a different story was unfolding. Pilots who flew in the area began reporting strange lights in the night sky. They moved in ways no aircraft could, stopping mid-air, changing direction instantly, and vanishing in the blink of an eye. Locals living near the Nevada desert claimed they saw glowing objects dart across the horizon. To them, these were not planes. They were something else, something unexplained. The government, of course, had an answer. Experimental aircraft, they would say, or weather balloons. But these explanations only deepened suspicion, because people knew what planes looked like, and they knew what the sky should look like. What they saw was different. By the 1960s, Area 51 was already a legend. But here's where the mystery grows darker. Workers who spent time inside the base later revealed chilling stories. They spoke of underground chambers, guarded hallways, and projects so classified that even those working on them were kept in the dark. Some described metallic crafts, not built by human hands, stored within hangars. Others whispered of tunnels stretching for miles beneath the desert floor, linking hidden labs where strange experiments were conducted. Were these just rumors, or glimpses of something bigger? As the years passed, the desert became a magnet for mystery seekers. People camped along the edges of the base, pointing cameras at the night sky. They claimed to capture glowing discs, triangular craft, and objects that defied the laws of physics. If Area 51 was only about planes, then why were so many unexplained lights still being seen decades later? Some theories suggest that Area 51 houses recovered technology from crashes, machines not made by us. Others claim that buried within its tunnels are artifacts from ancient civilizations, discovered in hidden corners of the earth and locked away to prevent history from being read. Imagine if proof of a lost civilization was found. Evidence that humans were not the first to harness incredible technology. What would that do to our understanding of history? Could this be why so much secrecy surrounds this desert fortress? But the mystery doesn't stop at objects. There are stories of people, workers who entered the base and never came back, locals who vanished while hiking too close to the restricted perimeter, strange disappearances that were never explained. Each one adds to the shadow of Area 51, fueling the idea that this is not just a base, but a place where history itself is being hidden. Even the skies above the base tell their own story. Commercial aircraft are banned from flying over the airspace above. Area 51. Only the military controls that invisible ceiling. Why? What must remain unseen? And then there are the whispers of experiments, not on machines, but on humans. While there is no proof, some believe Area 51 has been the site of testing programs long erased from official history. Were these experiments tied to Cold War paranoia, or something far stranger? Something not of this world. Pause for a moment and imagine yourself standing on the edge of the desert at night. The stars are endless above you. The silence is deep. Suddenly, a light streaks across the sky. It moves too fast, then stops completely, hovering, watching. In that instant, what would you believe? Would you think of UFOs, of hidden government craft, or of civilizations long forgotten? Area 51 is more than a place. It is a simple reminder that, in the modern world, filled with satellites and surveillance, there are still corners that remain hidden. And perhaps the most important question is not what is inside Area 51, but why the secrets have been kept for so long. So, I ask you this. Do you believe Area 51 is only a military base, or do you believe it holds the key to mysteries we were never meant to see? Share your thoughts in the comments, because your voice is part of solving this unsolved history. By the late 20th century, Area 51 was no longer just a military base. It was the world's most famous secret. The government still refused to acknowledge its existence, yet its legend grew larger with every passing year. The desert around Groom Lake became known as a place where the ordinary ended and the unexplained began. One of the most famous stories came from Bob Lazar, who in 1989 claimed he worked at a site near Area 51 called S4. According to him, the base housed flying saucers, not built by any nation on Earth, but recovered from elsewhere. Perhaps from the stars. Lazar described technology that could bend gravity, crafts that could move silently and instantly in any direction, and projects so secret that even many inside the government were unaware of them. His testimony electrified the world. For some, he was a whistleblower who confirmed decades of suspicion. For others, he was simply telling tales, but the effect was undeniable. Area 51 was now cemented in popular culture as the epicenter of hidden knowledge. At the same time, ordinary people living near the desert were reporting strange lights, triangular crafts, and glowing spheres that moved without sound. Ranchers told stories of objects that hovered above their fields, watching silently before vanishing into the night. Truckers passing along lonely desert highways described being followed by strange lights that would disappear the moment they approached the restricted perimeter. And then there were the disappearances. Some hikers who wandered too close to the guarded fences never returned. Official reports often said they were lost to the desert, but locals whispered something different, that the desert itself swallowed them, or the patrols guarding the base had taken them away, never to be seen again. But perhaps the most chilling detail is not the lights, the crafts, or the disappearances. It's the silence. Workers at the base are sworn to secrecy so absolute that breaking it could mean the end of their careers, their freedom, even their lives. Families of those who worked at Area 51 often said they never truly knew what their loved ones did there. Imagine coming home from work every day and never being able to tell your spouse, your children, or your friends, even the smallest detail of your life. That silence, passed down over generations, has built a wall of mystery thicker than steel. And yet, the theories only grow. Some believe Area 51 is home to reverse-engineered technology from UFO crashes, with Roswell in 1947 often tied into the story. Others say the base hides portals or gateways, remnants of ancient civilizations that once walked this earth with knowledge far beyond our own. Could the desert sands be covering not only military secrets, but history itself? Then there are the more grounded explanations. Perhaps all of this is simply advanced aircraft, technology decades ahead of what the public knows. The U-2 spy plane and the SR-71 were once science fiction too, until they became Could today's strange lights be the prototypes of tomorrow's jets? If so, then secrecy is not about aliens or lost civilizations, but about protecting national security. But if that's true, why has Area 51 remained so uniquely feared, so deeply hidden, and so endlessly mysterious compared to every other base in America? The questions keep multiplying. Why does the airspace remain so tightly restricted, patrolled by fighter jets that respond to even the smallest intrusion? Why does the base expand deeper underground year after year, with construction projects hidden from satellite view? And why, after all these decades, does the government still refuse to share even the most basic truths about what happens inside? Now, picture this. It's midnight. You're standing near the perimeter of Area 51, where the desert air is still and cold. Suddenly, in the sky, a triangle of lights appears. It glides silently, larger than any jet, moving faster than you can imagine. In an instant, it vanishes without a sound. Was it experimental technology, or something beyond human design? In that moment, what would you believe? The truth about Area 51 may never come to light. Perhaps it is simply a relic of the Cold War, a testing ground for planes that helped protect America. Or perhaps it is something far stranger. A vault of ancient mysteries, a shelter for knowledge too powerful to reveal, or even a meeting ground between humanity and forces we cannot yet understand. What makes Area 51 so powerful as a story is not what we know, but what we don't. Secrets fuel curiosity, and curiosity keeps the legend alive. So I leave the final question to you. Do you believe Area 51 hides proof of lost civilizations and contact beyond our world? Or do you believe it is nothing more than metal, machinery, and human invention? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll be reading them, because your theories would keep this mystery alive. And if you enjoyed this journey into America's hidden secrets, make sure to like this video. Subscribe for more explorations into ancient mysteries and unsolved history, and share it with someone who loves a good mystery. Because the desert still holds secrets, and Area 51 may be the greatest mystery of them all.